Hello everyone. How to control your emotional state and reconnect with your central self. In this video, I will share a powerful technique that helps you detach from any negative emotional role and return to the state of calmness and control that you want. By mastering this technique, you will gain the ability to manage your emotions rather than being controlled by them. For example, after a breakup, you may often experience feelings of despondency or anxiety, or sometimes a mix of both. These feelings, however, do not define your true self. They are simply associated with a role you're currently playing. If you're unclear about what your true self is, or if you've forgotten, I encourage you to watch my video about roles. In that video, I explain the concept in greater detail. Once you've watched it, come back to this one. If you want to quickly shift from suffering to a state of confidence, good mood, and productivity, you need to understand the concept of roles. Start observing them in your life and regularly practice the technique I'll explain in this video. The central self, calm, independence, and integrity. First, let me remind you that every individual has a central self. This central self is characterized by states like calmness, ease, independence, relaxation, and a sense of integrity. You can think of it as a state of peace, like the feeling of being in nature, gazing at the sea, fishing, hiking in the mountains, lying in the grass, or walking in the snow. These moments of pure relaxation and detachment from the world allow you to feel whole and content. However, in social contexts, such detachment can be seen as indifference, and it's unlikely that others will accept you if you stay in this state all the time. This is where the concept of roles comes into play. To be understood and accepted by others, our central self wears different roles. From childhood, we learn to play these roles to fit in. You might be a good friend, a spouse, a diligent worker, a parent, or a customer, among many others. These roles come with their own sets of feelings, thoughts, and behaviors. When a new situation arises, such as the end of a relationship, you are often forced to learn a new role. For example, after a breakup, you may suddenly find yourself in the role of a heartbroken person or a lonely person. Even if you've experienced breakups before, each one is unique, and you have to adapt to the emotions and thoughts associated with it. These roles are automatic, and if not consciously controlled, they can quickly take over your emotional state. Depression, a role, not the true self. Let's take depression as an example. Depression is simply a role, a state your central self enters. When you say, "I am depressed," you are identifying with that role, but you are not that role. You are more than just that feeling. This is crucial because once you realize that you are not your feelings or thoughts, you can begin to control them. The key to managing emotional states like depression is understanding the mechanism of how you immerse yourself in these roles. This understanding is the first step toward regaining control over your emotional life. The immersion mechanism, how we fall into emotional states. Let's explore how we sink into an emotional state, especially after a breakup. You might not notice it, but certain thoughts gradually pull you down. For example, you may see something that reminds you of your ex-partner photo, a message, or even a familiar number, and suddenly your mind begins to spiral. Thoughts like, "I'll never find someone else. Everyone else seems fine, but I'm miserable," or "Why bother living if I'm not in a relationship?" start to take hold. These thoughts gain momentum, leading you deeper into feelings of sadness, anxiety, or even apathy. This is the emotional bottom, where it feels like there is no way out. Thoughts like, "I'm worthless," or "I'll never be happy again," reinforce the negative emotions, creating a vicious cycle. But remember, these thoughts are not you. They are simply a role that you are temporarily playing. How to break free from emotional immersion. Now that we understand how we get trapped in negative emotional states, let's explore how to break free. The key is to separate yourself from your feelings, thoughts, and bodily sensations. You can do this using a technique I call the multi-element factory. Step 1, detach from your thoughts. The first step is to detach from your thoughts. When you're experiencing anxiety, sadness, or fear, your thoughts are often loud and overwhelming. These thoughts can be anything like, "What should I do now?" or "Why is this happening to me?" To detach, you need to visualize these thoughts outside your body. Close your eyes and imagine writing these thoughts in the air, as if they were words floating to the left of your head. It doesn't matter what color the words are, just imagine them as separate from you. Then repeat the mantra. These are my thoughts. I created them, but I am not these thoughts. I am something more than these thoughts. By doing this, you remind yourself that thoughts are simply mental constructs. They are not part of your true self. You are not your thoughts. Step 2, detach from your feelings. Next, focus on your feelings. If you're feeling anxiety or sadness, locate the emotion in your body. Often, emotions like anxiety are felt in the chest, stomach, or solar plexus. Visualize the feeling as a ball, perhaps a green or red ball, depending on how intense it feels. Imagine the ball floating a meter in front of you, outside your body. Then say the mantra, "These are my feelings. I created them, but I am not these feelings. I am something more than these feelings." This simple act of externalizing your feelings helps you regain control over them. Step 3, detach from your bodily sensations. Emotions are often accompanied by bodily sensations, tightness in the chest, tension in the shoulders, or a lump in the throat. To break free from these sensations, imagine them as part of a dark silhouette that extends out of your body. Visualize it leaving your body, going to the right and slightly back. Once again, say the mantra, "These are my bodily sensations. I created them, but I am not these sensations. I am something more than these sensations." Step 4, send the elements away. Once you've detached from your thoughts, feelings, and bodily sensations, send them away. Imagine them floating out of your body and dissipating into the air, perhaps as colorful fireworks or gentle snowflakes. This will help release the negative energy, leaving you with a sense of relief and calm. Returning to your true self. After using this technique, check in with yourself. Ask, am I my thoughts, my feelings, or my bodily sensations? The answer should be no. You are something greater than all of those. You are your central self, the calm, confident, and whole individual that exists beneath all these temporary roles. As you practice this technique, you'll notice that it becomes easier and faster to detach from negative emotional states. Eventually, you'll be able to return to your true self within seconds, no matter what challenges life throws at you, creating a new role after a breakup. The next step in this process is to create a new, empowering role for yourself, one that reflects your autonomy and inner strength. After a breakup, it's important to reframe your thoughts and behaviors. Instead of seeing yourself as a victim of circumstances, imagine yourself as someone who is confident and independent. You can start by listing thoughts that reflect your new role. For example, I am strong and capable. I can live a fulfilling life on my own. I enjoy my own company, and I am in control of my own happiness. As you go through these affirmations, visualize yourself embodying this new role. Feel the sense of independence, self-love, and calmness that comes with it. Conclusion: mastering the role of confidence and calm. In time, you will develop a skill for shifting your emotional state quickly and effectively. What once took hours or days to overcome will soon take minutes. By regularly practicing this technique, you'll rewire your brain and create new patterns of behavior. You'll learn to detach from negative emotions and return to your true self with ease. Remember, your central self is always calm, confident, and complete. All other roles, whether you're sad, anxious, or heartbroken, are temporary and can be discarded. With this technique, you can control your emotional states and create the life you desire.